fast pass?
Yeah.
Got one?
I'm gonna tie a rib bone around my neck. Well, he'll let us go anywhere.
So we decided, actually had the cool idea that we would get together and kind of do what we call like a podcast. And it's not necessarily in that format. And he said, you know, you can do YouTube Live. And how cool is that? He said, I think you can do it. Check and see. So we looked at it last night and decided we can go YouTube Live. And it's a really cool way to sort of hold a podcast and to save it for future use. And hopefully it'll monetize even.
Yeah.
So more enough people watch it and they advertise on it. Then the idea is that we'll put some cool content out there. Hopefully you guys will like it. And we're hoping that you guys will give us comments and tell us the things you want to see and recipes or product reviews or any type of home remedy.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever
Like
it might be.
how to clean cast iron skillets, how to sharpen your knife, what knife to use for a certain job.
How to clean a squirrel.
That's right. That's right, Joe Wilson. We're going to teach how to clean a squirrel. I think everybody ought to know that.
And we may show you how to make a gravy with it too. And
Man.
that's one of the things that's already over on the chalkboard is we're going to show y'all how to make every kind of gravy that we can actually think of.
Yeah. And then also we're going to do a stock situation where, and things you can build off those stocks, like chicken stock, and how to do things the old school way. And just not really anything that costs more, but your flavor of your meals is going to just be enhanced so much just by taking a little bit of time and doing these little simple things, and you can store that stock and pull it out and get ready to do your next chicken noodle soup or egg drop soup or whatever you want to do.
Chicken and dumpling.
Chicken and dumpling. We like sipping on dumpling juice.
And you're going to see that will be a recurring theme. We're going to make the best stock and show you how to make the best stock you've ever made. I learned how from my mama. I learned how to make good beef stocks and how to make demi-glace in the restaurant business, and you know, just sort of grew my knowledge of infusing flavor into broth. And since I've learned how to do that, I've learned how to change the seasonings to like Vietnamese flavors or Thai flavors, or just good old home style flavors with your basic Trinity ingredients, and learn how to suck all that flavor out of a chicken or all that flavor out of a beef bone or pork bones or wherever it might be, and which bones produce the best flavor.
You know, I grew up in Mississippi Delta. We had to cook a certain way because we had to get the most out of we could from the food that we had. You know, and other people just grew up that way.
Yep.
Grandmas don't teach that anymore. We just go to the store and buy it in a box, and you know, there's some shelves that people, some aisles in a grocery store, people don't even walk down anymore because they don't know what's there or how to prepare it. Not everything has to come out of a box. Not everything has to come out of a can. We're going to show you those things, you know, through this video, through this show series, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I think you know, I grew up in an old school Southern kitchen, and I know you did too. And you know, I still do a lot of those same things, and you find that they're really cost effective. But at the end of the day, it's what produces the best flavor.
That's right.
And that's what it was all about, is making the most of what you had and making it tasty.
Yeah, and we'd sit around that family table and have that good family time. You know, my grandmother's house was so small, but it felt like we could feed an army in there. You know, and we just had a good time and sat around, and that's just when we had the best times of our life.
So we're going to learn you how to cook a bunch of good dishes and things that we both grew up with.
That's right.
And if I learned something from my grandpa or from my dad or from my mama, then we want to hopefully pass a little bit of that on and have a little fun with it.
That's right.
'Cause at the end of the day, here in the test kitchen, we cook a lot of good food. We have a lot of good time. But at the end of the day, if you can't share it, it's just a whole lot more fun when you can share it.
All right, speaking of good food in the test kitchen, what did we just have and we shared with our live studio audience?
We
do have a live studio audience, by the way. Clap, 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 clap.
Pre-game meal, man. Pre-game.
Tell us about what we just did, man.
We had a training class down here for Operation Barbecue Relief this weekend, and we had a few leftover tater tots.
Okay. You've intrigued me there. Go ahead.
Just a few leftover tots. but then, I guess it was yesterday, I had my buddy Kit came down, and we made just some old home-style tacos.
Okay.
Ground meat tacos with a little Townsend Spice taco seasoning.
Good stuff.
And we made some really good tacos, just grilled corn tortillas, some simple, lettuce, cheese, pico de gallo, and we'll show you one of the best taco sauces, I call it, in the world. We sell right here at Test Kitchen is Texas Rib Rangers hot sauce. And it says hot sauce.
I'm gonna have to get some of that. I
But
just
it's-
tried it for the first time.
It's like being able to pour hot Taco Bell taco sauce out of a bottle. That's what I can relate it to.
Okay.
So we took some tots and reheated them. We put some of that leftover taco meat over the top of those tots. We hit it with the Texas Rib Ranger hot sauce.
Some good old tachos. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
We had some leftover queso. We made a little queso the other day.
Yeah.
Good because we had cheesy tater tots.
That's right.
Had a little leftover cream spinach, so put a little cream spinach into
Just
it.
mixed all that together.
And we just figured, I was kind of hungry, and you said you hadn't eaten lunch. So we just threw it all together, hit the top over with a couple of jalapenos on it, and tachos. You told me about it long ago.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it is some kind of good. That's one of the things that I'm proud to say that I like to repurpose my meals. Leftovers are good to have it in its same form one time for me, but I like to make it better every time after that. I try not to have more than leftovers, say more than 3 or 4 times, but
Unless it's chicken and dumplings.
unless it's I like to improve on it
That's right.
every meal. And that's kind of what we did with tachos, man. They were good. You
It was-
do with steak, chicken, ground meat, whatever you want. You probably do it with tofu, right?
How about a little chorizo? That would
You
be,
do chorizo?
that would be pretty good, huh?
Speaking of sausage, we need to make some chorizo sausage one sometime.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to come to Sausage Fest?
We're gonna try. When is that? 20th?
20th.
Yeah. Let's make a plan on doing that.
So I know where I'm going. It's sausage. Joe Wilson, our buddy that invented the Wilsonshire sauce, you guys have seen a lot about. He might be right there on the side of the cup there with
That
me.
guy right there. Joe Wilson don't even know about these yet.
Joe Wilson and Shane Lynn and a bunch of characters, I will say, from up around Melbourne, Arkansas, northwest Arkansas.
Where is it, man?
Melbourne, Arkansas.
In the middle of the,
It is.
right over by the White River, though. That's
It is. And I went there while I was going to Mountain View, Arkansas. Went to Mountain View, Arkansas for a couple of days around the first of the year. Me and the wife, we stopped, and there's this beautiful town in Melbourne, Arkansas.
Oh, and there's
Townsend Spice, this place I've heard about a lot.
And what can you get at Townsend Spice, man? All our buddies get their seasonings made there.
That's right.
And all this stuff you see on the table here, the grinders and stuff, well, the stuffer came from Cabela's. We had it for a long time, but
Yeah, but he sells a bunch of that
the
stuff.
grinders and our seasonings and everything that we're making our sausage with here today came from Towson. You can get raw spices, you can get spice blends.
Yeah.
He sells a lot of, other people's blends and makes a lot of people's blends. But Shane's a great guy. If you get a little about Melbourne, you go by and see him, and he'll learn you a little something about making sausage or sharpening your knife, or you may just go down and have a burger down at the burger joint down the street with you.
That's right.
They're great people, and they do a lot to help us, both in our mini pot. They
Yeah.
sponsor us with seasonings, and anytime you go in there, they always seem to come out with something different.
Yeah.
When I was there last time, a guy that sharpens his knives was in there, and he introduced me to him. And next thing you know, I've got this custom knife sharpening, professional knife sharpening system.
We're gonna show that in the video.
And we're gonna do that. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about knives and edges and blades and how to sharpen them, how to put a new edge on them. We'll show you, Dave over there at Townsend Spice, he showed us this knife sharpening system. And we're gonna show you a little bit about sharpening different types of knives as well and what kind of edge needs to be on them.
Yeah.
But today is chicken sausage day. Mark Krieger, we call him the sausage whisperer or the sausage king of Arizona. He's our good buddy. He goes places and cooks with us and volunteers with us, and he's a great fella that does a lot experimenting with sausage and curing and dry curing, you name it. And he came up with this recipe after he came down here and tasted chicken sausage for the first time. We've got a buddy and a friend, Joe Wilson's wife,
Yeah.
and my buddy Chris Culver. They both have the Alpha Gal recipe.
Tell me what that is.
Alpha Gal is I don't know, it's called a kind of a disease or something that happens to you after you get bit by a tick. A certain type of tick, I think it's a Lone Star tick, and this tick carries this, I don't know what it carries this enzyme.
Okay.
And it passes this enzyme along to you that makes your body resist mammal meat.
Oh no.
And so my buddy Chris Culver was a steak loving, sausage eating.
Yeah.
He just was, he was one of the most meat eating guys I know. Next thing you know, he'd wake up in the middle of the night with a full on anaphylactic shock.
Wow.
And they couldn't figure out why it happened. And next thing you know, through all these tests, he finds out that he's allergic to steak and sausage.
Wow.
And
you're like, can I get a second opinion, doc?
he got them.
Yeah.
So I mean, all of this, all these tests, he can't eat anything that gives live birth. He can't eat it.
Yeah.
So he can eat fish and fowl and things that lay eggs and stuff that swims, scales and lays eggs.
So chicken falls into that category.
Chicken falls into that category, and he can have stuff like ostrich and duck, and they're kind of a little darker, things like that. But anyway, Chris turned me onto this real good sausage you can get at Kroger called Delilah's. And Delilah's comes over around Atlanta, and they make this, everything is chicken sausage related. Everything, all the stuff that Delilah sells is based off of this chicken sausage restaurant. Mm-hmm. And they have a couple of restaurants over there, and really everything's really good there. And Chris turned me on to this sausage since he couldn't eat pork anymore. And Chris is our hog cook, so it was hard on him. But I learned that this chicken sausage is really, really, really good. I've sort of adapted. Maybe I don't know if it's subconscious or what, but I just about like that Delilah sausage as good as any kind of breakfast sausage.
Really?
And I started buying it. Next thing you know, Mark Krieger comes to. He shows up down at the test kitchen. And we're cooking chicken sausage one day, and he goes, "What kind of voodoo is going on here?" He said, "There is chicken sausage being cooked in the test kitchen." What? Y'all don't have? I thought y'all had a lot of pork around here.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, but he tasted it, and it changed his tune." And he started on the quest to figure out how to make it. And next thing you know, Mark Krieger has this sheet, and it's sitting right over here. Mark Krieger's spicy sage chicken sausage. And this recipe is for 1 pound. And I'll post it up in the comments of this thing so you guys can see it. But it just consists of a sausage seasoning that we get from Townsend Spice and Supply. STPP. I had my friends asking me what that was. Old? It's sodium tripolyphosphate.
Oh, I was thinking of STP.
Sodium tripolyphosphate's a binder. So chicken sausage has got to have something to help hold it together.
I got you.
And you can use powdered milk.
Yeah.
It works as an alternative. It's got sage, it's got ground red chilies in it, and it's got a little ice water to help make it flowable. And if it's not flowable enough.
That's in a lot of sausages and when you make homemade bologna and summer sausage.
Emulsify.
Yes.
And hydrate your seasonings and everything. So anyway, we've made it. Mark's perfected this. Buck, what is it?
What is it?
Buck's over here mad because he don't end on some chicken sausage.
That's right.
So we thought we made some Sunday with Chris and Blue when they showed up, and it turned out really, really good. So we thought that was, I had a bunch of chicken thighs that my friend Caroline guy brought down to us so we could make some. And I thought just the timing was good. That's the first thing we're going to do is show y'all how we make this version of Mark Krieger's chicken sausage. We got everything set up. If you notice this
Somebody
one,
said, Marcio said we can barely hear
That's
you.
why I moved it closer, but I don't
Move it a little
know.
closer.
I think that's Marcio. I don't know anybody's last name is that.
The
It said, my wife said, "Hey y'all, just so y'all know, the sound is going in and out."
Huh. Well, let me know if it continues, and we'll figure out what the
Yeah.
situation be like.
Yeah, because I'm over here watching it, but I can't turn it. I can't hear it. So.
Okay. Well, we'll talk as loud as we possibly can. We talk loud anyway.
I've never been told somebody couldn't hear me.
So
All right.
when throughout the day, I put this grinder head into the freezer because you want to keep all of this stuff nice and cold.
Oh, it's Raz. It's not Marcio. I'm sorry, Raz.
You want to keep this stuff cold. One, for food safety. Two, it just that you lose your whole texture of your sausage whenever it gets too warm. And this grinder creates some friction, which heats things up. So our chicken, we're going to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We got 40 pounds in there. We're gonna just make 10 and show you all how we do it and stuff them up. You can take this sausage and adapt it to any flavor profile you want. You can make a Mexican chorizo chicken sausage. You can make, you can adapt it and make like a Thai or Vietnamese flavors using Thai chilies and cilantro or culantro, along with maybe a little hoisin.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. You can add tons of different seasonings to it to make it your own. You can stuff it and smoke it. If you stuff it and smoke it, you're probably going to use a little cure.
Okay.
Typically, this fresh sausage, you don't have to if you're going to freeze it, but if you're going to smoke it, a lot of times we smoke sausage at real low temperatures.
So a little pink salt.
A little pink salt.
Yeah.
Because that way you cook it at real low temperatures, you don't have to worry about it going rancid on you.
I got you.
So anytime we're smoking something like this, even pork a lot of times, we make sure we put a little bit of curing salt in it to make sure it doesn't go rancid in the process. But this doesn't need it. This is breakfast sausage. One of the things you're going to see us make on the gravy series is sausage gravy. We're going to make it with this sausage.
That's right.
So-
that sounds good.
Oh,
Can we do
yeah.
that tonight? No, we're doing something else. He said gravy, and I lost my mind.
So we'll get our chicken thighs out right here, and I think I've got the griddle on over there because when we get done with this,
We're gonna cook some of this up, aren't we?
yeah, once we get it all seasoned up and we stir it up real good, and we'll start to get the stuffer ready. I got the griddle on over there. We're gonna. You always got to test your work, right?
Yeah, man. That's the only work I like to do. We can get to eat at the end.
Got to test your work. So we will. And the cool thing that we happened upon a nice addition because sometimes you have breakfast sausage with like a maple flavor.
Yeah.
And we had some of this laying out here on Sunday, and we had a couple guys out here testing our different oils and vinegars we had.
Yeah.
One guy just thought he was happy to sample that bourbon maple dark balsamic vinegar,
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
and he dropped a little bit on top of one of them patties, and let me tell you, it is like some yummy, rich maple breakfast sausage. It was
Yeah.
incredible. So I'll let you try that one when we fry one up.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
I like a good I don't know about y'all, but I like a good sage sausage.
And this one has extra sage.
Okay.
Yeah, because Shane's his breakfast sausage seasoning has sage in it.
Yeah.
We added more.
Okay.
You can use rub sage, ground sage. A lot of the country style stuff has stems and stuff in it.
Man, I like mine to almost be green. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that stuff right there
Oh,
is powdery.
that's pretty sagey right there.
Real sagey and powdery. We went ahead and just mixed this up for 10 pounds. And we're going to show you how this grinder works. And we're going to show you what this looks like and how you mix it up. This is a real simple process. The key to all this, y'all, is keeping everything cold and keeping everything real clean.
Yeah.
You get a little chicken, you want to keep everything nice and clean. But it makes a really, really good sausage. If you know people that are dieting or people that have that kind of dietary restrictions,
That's right.
this is a lot less fat, a lot fewer calories if you're dieting too, and there's no sacrificing flavor at all. So
Man, let's get to doing that.
we're gonna turn this grinder on, stabilize this again.
Now, like you said, it helps keep everything moving if all this stuff is cold.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Keep everything going. Have everything lined out. Make sure we're kind of a short guy here. You gotta make sure everything's tight.
All right.
All right. We're
I
gonna
like
dump.
it needs some chicken.
It needs chicken. Probably needed a little lube when I put everything back in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop some chicken, y'all.
That chicken thigh is gonna have enough.
That lubed it up good.
It loaded up all right.
We may not need to do that till the end. Because this grinder, it grabs a hold of that meat and sucks it down in there.
Boy, it does a good job right here. Now, what's the horsepower on this unit? Like if somebody was going out and buying one, they probably don't need one this commercial, but what's the horsepower on this one?
Woo, good question. I think it's 1 horsepower.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 1 horsepower.
Yeah, and you can get bigger ones, and you can get even small, like half horsepower. I've seen that. So, um, call Shane over at Towns and Spice, and he'll be glad to kind of tell him what you're doing, how much sausage you're trying to make. You know, make your own hamburger meat. Take your trimmings off your steaks and stuff like that. Make your own hamburger meat. It's not that hard.
Sometimes you can find big cuts of meat a whole lot cheaper than the stuff that's already processed.
That's right. And sometimes you can't find processed stuff. So at all. So you know, we've had that during COVID and everything. You know, it's been harder and harder to find, or snowstorms or whatever. So always, you know, be prepared for stuff like that.
We don't, you know, if you're just dropping it on in there, you gotta help it every once in a while.
Now, are we going to add the seasoning and then run this back through?
Nope.
We're not. We'll just run it one time.
We'll run this through. Now, if you don't have a stuffer, then this plate comes off and you can put a stuffing tube right over that.
Okay.
And then you run it back through and you stuff it out of the grinder.
Okay.
And it works fine for that. We do a little bit more of it, and that's just a little slower when you go that route. Again, working with chicken, we like to work it as fast as we can to keep it cold. But we've got a stuffer instead. So if you don't have a stuffer, you can certainly stuff it into the bags or in the cases with your grinder. And it does come with a few tubes when you buy it. And she's just about there.
We got the manual stuffer over here, turn stuffer from Cabela's, and this is how you get it done right here.
Yeah, that one should do the full 10 pounds.
Yeah. Load up the canister.
When you're stuffing a lot, it just makes it a whole lot easier.
That's right.
A whole lot faster. And I'm gonna turn this off because I know this is louder than we are.
It's gotta
That's
be.
hard to beat. Is it about to quit coming out?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna push some more out in our next round. We get done with this, we're gonna pump out another 30 pounds.
Yeah, we're gonna show y'all 10 pounds right now, and then we're gonna do probably 30 pounds afterwards.
So there's our ground sausage, or I'm sorry, our ground chicken, y'all. And we're gonna go in here and just start.
Missy says she wants some of the sausage for lunch tomorrow.
Okay. that can happen, I think.
Lunch is at the test kitchen.
Did she say something about biscuits with it?
I don't know. She probably will now. We'll have to do some biscuits in the red box.
So, I'm not gonna put all this in there. That's some ice water, y'all, just to keep it all.
And you can smell that sage, can't
Yeah,
you?
you want to.
That get in your nose a little bit.
That's all real powdery stuff, y'all. So, you get over the top of that as you're moving that stuff around. It will get up in your nose, and you will start sneezing.
Man, Buck smells that.
And so here's the ticket, y'all. They make a mixer, and you can buy a sausage mixer that mixes this stuff real efficiently. However, you also have to clean a mixer when you're done.
Just something else, ain't it?
And however, if you're doing a lot of it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It mixes it quicker and more thoroughly. Put me just a little of that ice water in there, Ashley.
All right.
All right. I don't like too much of it, but I tell you, if it's good and flowable, it will make it to where it stuffs easier in your casings or in your bags, wherever you're going to store it. I just want it to where it flows really good and just enough moisture to wet all them seasonings good, right?
That's right.
I know y'all are going chicken sausage. And I mentioned it to Joe Wilson. He said, "Come on, man." I think that might have been his exact word.
He gave you a come on, man.
I might have got a come on, man, out of it. But he ain't tried it.
He ain't tried it.
He might have thought.
He's supposed to be on here tonight. I don't see him yet. I wish he'd holler at us if he was. Oh, yeah. Misty said biscuits for sure. She said yes. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Biscuits are easy to do.
Yeah,
Well, that'll be another good video.
that will be.
Show y'all how to make some good home style flaky biscuits.
Yeah, man. And we can cook them in the red box, can't we?
We can. Done it. Been done.
Yep.
So, we're about mixed up, y'all. This 10 pounds is pretty easy to mix. 20 is a pretty good number to deal with in these tubs.
Yeah.
But that right there is mixed up pretty good. Now then, if you'll hold that up.
We're gonna hold this just like this, right?
Yep.
All right.
And, you know, if I was gonna smoke this and put it in the casing, I might, you know, let it sit overnight and melt a little bit. But, you know, it's gonna sit in its tube, you know, once we
In its
pack.
packages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we did is we went in here and sprayed the inside of this with a little bit of food grade silicone, just so our plunger works real smooth.
Okay.
And we're gonna go in and drop our sausage in our stuffer. It's pretty satisfying too when you start pushing that stuff out, extruding it.
Extruding, he says.
It's kind of like knife sharpening. When I got that knife sharpening kit, sharpening knives is weird. It's somewhat satisfying. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's like stuffing sausages.
There's there's people that like to watch certain videos like that, like crushing things. Or
Yeah.
Like somehow that's satisfying. I don't know. Or like peeling paint off a wall. Something like that. I don't know.
I kind of like peeling paint.
That's right. That's
In
right.
the big sheets, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like peeling off that sunburned skin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, you can't quit. Till
I
it's
was
all
gonna
gone.
say that, and then I was like, "Is that
Yeah.
gross?" But yeah, I get you. I'm
It's
there
really
with you. I didn't know. I didn't
peeling
want everybody to know how weird I was.
It's about being relatable. You know? About being relatable.
We're about to make our live studio audience crack up. All right, show me what I'm doing here now.
Well, it's go. You
Am I
start.
gonna move this over? You want to move this over?
You can do it right there.
Okay.
So you're gonna start at an angle, and it's gonna go in like this, and it's gonna go in so the plunger goes. You get it up under there, and then
Okay.
look here, and you'll see the little hooks at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
There's little hooks right there. They grab that stud,
Okay.
and so you lift it up, and then let it fall back onto that.
Okay. So we're gonna do this right here, and we're gonna get from behind here, and we're gonna set it up on there. I might have done that a couple
Look at that.
times. I didn't want everybody to know that.
It was
but
meant to
I've
be.
kind of done that a couple times.
And then you got little keepers here, just to make sure it doesn't pop out.
Joseph Wilson said it's hard to admit that chicken has a purpose in this world, but that chicken sausage is edible for sure.
There's a purpose in this world.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, chicken has a lot of purpose. Have you heard the story about the pig and the chicken, Mark?
The one that was committed. And,
Yeah. See, it's about being halfway committed and about full blown committed. It's kind of like your relationship with God. There's no halfway. It's just you got to be fully committed to it.
yeah, the chicken, he's involved.
He's involved. It's just a day's work for that breakfast plate. But that ham, that pig had to be fully committed
Fully committed.
to feed that man. So yeah. That's
Joe
a-
Wilson, I don't. Can Dawn eat meat yet? I remember she was experimenting with eating a little bit of mammal meat, but I figured Dawn would enjoy this chicken sauce.
Okay.
For sure.
So we just like getting the bag out here.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
We're gonna get the bag.
And we're gonna put it on the end here. Am I correct on this?
You're gonna push it all the way up on there,
All right.
and then you're gonna hold it tight,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna let it not real tight, but just firm. And as you turn that, you're gonna slowly let it push that bag off until you get about. You want to stop it somewhere about right.
Right at the top of that label, or
About that line right there.
that line right
There's a
there.
little line.
That line right there that says stop.
Yeah.
I got you.
Shane and Lawson, they sell these in 1 and 2 pound packs. And you can do this. You can put this stuff up in a Ziploc if you want. This is just an easy way. It's messy enough. This makes it less messy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna hold on to that thing right there at that line.
And let it slowly
And
push
then-
its way out like you're stuffing the case.
Is this clockwise or counterclockwise?
I believe it's clockwise.
Okay, so we're gonna go like that right there, and it's going down.
Yep.
I mean, it's going down
Now,
right here.
and once you get it full, back off half a turn or it'll keep coming.
Okay.
You ain't caught yet, have you?
It ain't caught. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold that so I can turn it. I think it's... Oh, I see what you're saying here.
See there? Once you get full, back it off half a turn.
I mean, I don't know how...
Yeah.
We need a little more?
No, you're good.
We
You're
good?
right there, yeah.
Alright, I'm back on. I have to say that's the first time I put it in a bag. I've done like link sausage before, but that's the first time I put it in a bag.
Now let's see how good you were.
Oh, we're gonna weigh it out?
We'll just weigh it out and see how, you know. I'm not real worried.
Would Joseph Wilson be Joe Wilson?
I know, it had to be.
It had to be Joe Wilson, right?
It had to be.
I've never seen Joseph Wilson.
In the way it
Read what it
ounces,
says. Dawn has been mostly cured of her alpha gal. Is that what you said?
yeah.
Thank the Lord. Having a wife who couldn't eat real meat was definitely a heavy burden on a meat man.
Well, I don't think she could be in the room.
Like
with
it was so
being
bad,
cooked.
like him, like cooking
Yeah.
in the house.
She
wasn't
couldn't be
it?
in the house.
God, that's crazy.
And hey, Joe, I'm gonna need some info on how she got cured because my buddy Chris Culver is still can't eat a steak.
Joe, I don't know if you were watching at the first of this video, but I want you to take a look at that cup right there and see whose face is on that. That's Joseph Wilson himself. You've made into a sticker, son, and a t-shirt in the same week.
Live with that.
Live with that. I told Mark Lambert it was my life goal to have Joe Wilson's face on my back. And we created that in a t-shirt. Make sure to check those out.
19.1 ounces.
What's it supposed to be?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
No, 1 pound would be 16, but we
Yeah, so
I'm just
16
curious. Put us another bag on there.
All
Do it
right,
again.
let's do it.
You about to hit the ground there, so.
Hey, we gotta catch that.
So once that's done, y'all, you twist this dude up nice and tight, and you try to get all that air out of it. And then this little device right here puts a nice little band, a little seal on it, and we just push that down, and it wraps it.
It's no weight this time. It's coming out like.
Look at that.
See, I want to hit a pound like perfect.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I don't think I will.
Back your handle off just a touch so you can see. There you go. Oh, we ain't worried about it. We're gonna twist this up.
I don't want to hit the ground.
We're gonna push that in there.
Hey, that's going on the griddle.
Hey, throw it on there. Turn the heat up when you do it.
That little spot right there is going on the griddle.
Yeah, turn that heat up here.
That's
It's on the right side. There's a little nod.
the top. Yeah.
Just turn it back towards you. If y'all didn't know, we're over here by the griddle.
Hey, excuse us. We had to be out of frame for a minute. We were over there by the griddle.
So we're gonna have samples show.
Joe Wilson said, "This is an American dream, having my face plastered on all this merch. My mama named me Joseph, but only calls me Joseph when I'm in trouble." Ain't that the truth? Yeah, that's the. You get called by your full name when you don't want to be called at all. Ain't that right? So, we're gonna try to do this again.
Y'all wondering who that meat man is? That's the meat man.
There
right there.
you go.
That would be Mr. Joe Wilson. He founded the Steaks for Sheepdogs and is also the founder of the World Champion Squirrel Cook-Off that I have had the distinct honor to judge about 3 times.
And that's coming up in September, isn't it?
September. And it's going to be a little different. This year, it's a sanctioned steak cook-off, SCA steak cook-off, with a squirrel ancillary.
That's going to be quite a time over there.
It will be a large time.
A large time will be had by all.
It's done. They have it over there at the Quail Barn, the Benton County Quail Barn, in I don't know if it's Gravett or if it's considered Bentonville.
I don't know. After our good friend Cole Reeves come over here, I want to go to Hiawassee.
Hiawassee, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go to the Mexican's bar.
Yeah, I'm the #1 fan of a man from Hiawassee. That's what El Cole said. You know when your hands get dirty like this.
Yeah, you might be changing gloves out.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of stuck.
We'll 86 in. Here, I'll back you up while you change
I
out.
appreciate it. We need, you know what we need right now while we're doing it? We need Cole Reeves over here.
Boy, it'd be on time, wouldn't it?
Boy, y'all go check him out. Cole Reeves or the Reeves brothers. Man, he sings that solid country gold. Plays that guitar, that picking fiddle, as somebody would say. And man, he can do it. I call him the human jukebox.
He can play anything on command.
Anything. He about does the best Glenn Campbell I've ever seen.
No doubt. This is a little hard. I didn't add as much water, I don't think, as it called for in the recipe, because I like it to be a little firmer. The last one we did, we added the recommended amount of water, and it comes out just about like Delilah's. This is going to be a little firmer. Hopefully you can lay this down when it's nice and cold, and just cut this.
Chop you off some.
You log you some patties off.
Lob you some patties off. Oh, I got you loaded up there. Go ahead and turn it.
So you're going to wind up, you say you did 10 pounds of thighs, you're going to wind up with not quite 10 packages, because you're going to have a little stuck down in the bottom of this little bell here.
And we're gonna clean that out right?
We're going to, once we're done,
Yeah.
we're going to throw in some more. We're going to do a total of 40 pounds, but at the end, yeah, there'll be a good half pound left in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And we'll clean that out and throw it on the griddle.
Like a little sausage patty. There's some good little nuggets over here. There's some good little sausage nuggets over here working.
That's about the coolest system I can think of for making this stuff. I mean, like I said, you can stuff it into a casing. You can put it in these little bags. You know, you can do your deer with this or anything. It's just real clean, efficient way of processing your meat.
Yeah. Alright, let's see here, folks. Let me try my hand with this one. More time, this one.
I believe you done bottomed out.
We bottomed that.
Yep, that's it. Like I
Wow.
said, there's still a little bit of meat left down in there.
So we'll just save that bag. And
Yeah.
fill it up for our next round.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We'll just save that and finish it off. And
Okay.
what's left in there, we're gonna once we leave y'all here a little bit, we're gonna grind the rest of it up, make the rest of our sausage. But we'll finish up here with you guys before we do all of that.
This is looking pretty good.
How far into this are we? Are we 30 minutes?
38 minutes.
We started at 6:45.
Yep. So we're not.
We're at almost 45 minutes, right?
Almost 30 minutes, right?
38.
38
minutes.
38 minutes?
Yeah, because 15, and then we get to 30, that means 45.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. It would have been 15. Well, that's okay. We're not counting too much here. We're just gonna make little
Hey,
sauces.
we're gonna hang out as long as y'all hang out.
Yep.
And look, we've got some little taster samples over here. Just stuff I pulled off the end there. We're gonna try this out. Of course, Mark said, this is gonna give you a different flavor once that's set over. Just like Tuesday spaghetti is always best on Thursday. It's just when those seasonings marry together and just everything gets in there and gets good, then those things are gonna be better. Like chili's always better on the second day.
No doubt.
Stuff like that.
Brisket better than this.
Man, yeah. So, I've always said Tuesday spaghetti is always better on Thursday. So, this is gonna be better once that sets up and marries in there a little bit, for a little bit.
We had the griddle just on low. I thought it didn't turn it up fast enough. So in the perfect breakfast world, I'd like to see this with a nice brown crust on it.
Yeah.
And if I had it real hot and we put it on here, we'd have that.
You
But
know,
that's okay. We're gonna get it cooked. We're gonna sing.
and this is not your standard cooking show. We didn't have any of this already ready.
Nah.
We was gonna show you all of it right here together.
But we're gonna show you how to cook a bunch of stuff on here, like the perfect smash burger.
Man,
I went to
you did those this week, didn't you?
Yeah, my little Saturday for all the OBR guys here. I'm training,
Yeah.
and it about put everybody to sleep.
Yeah, you're not getting much work done after that.
It slowed everybody down a little bit, so we didn't do it the second day too. But I spent some time in Kansas City at the American Royal, and a little bit of time there working. And one time I was there, Phil Wingo, the Port Mafia guy, he brought me back this little white sack of cheeseburgers, and he was passing around like he knew what was up. I didn't know about it,
Yeah.
but it was from the Town Topic.
Okay.
Town Topic's a local little cheeseburger joint's been there forever, and the whole restaurant ain't any bigger than Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's room for seating about 6 or 7, and they got great pie, and they make this smash burger, and it was so good. I went up there and sat there and watched this Mexican on the flat top. I watched him make these smash burgers, and watched the process, and realized that there was some technique involved in the flavor of making that burger.
Yeah.
And I've made them since for a bunch of people, and everybody loves them. And a bunch of my friends in Mexico, they said that same thing. They said, I made them this burger. We went through the HEB in Monterrey, Mexico. And I said, all right, here's my list. Here are the things I need. They come back with this fancy cheese and brioche buns.
You're like, no.
Kraft pickles. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I should have been more clear.
Yeah.
I said, we got to have cheap stuff.
Yeah.
We got to have hamburger deals. We got to have little hamburger buns. We
Yeah.
got to have that plastic white American cheese.
That's right. White American
They're
cheese.
like, no.
That's John. We'll get this fresh sliced up. No.
They said, all right, we trust you. So we put all that together. But look at chefs I know anywhere. They're in Mexico. He said, never before would I have thought that technique is imperative in making a burger. But I know that now that you made the best burger I ever had with the cheapest ingredients.
Yeah.
So technique certainly comes into play no matter what you're cooking.
That's right.
And that's some of the things we're gonna have fun here in the test kitchen is techniques, simple techniques, things that you may not have come up with that we did, and we want to hear about things that you come up with that we didn't, so we can learn. We'll research them, and we'll help figure out. And Buck is mad because he's inside. He can smell sausage on the grill. You can hear him there. He is irritated.
All in here.
Buck, the wonder dog here, he keeps the floor clean. But simple techniques in extracting flavor and creating flavor. The technique, it means everything in cooking, and a lot of people don't understand all the techniques involved.
It really is just taking time and learning and putting a little love in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a meal every time is better when you put a little love in, you know, and
Like Grandmama did.
yeah, like Grandma did, like she stirred it in with that old wooden spoon, you know.
But she cooked everything, on, mine did in cast iron.
Yeah,
And cast iron got hot and stayed hot.
that's right.
And that equates to browning and searing and flavoring.
Like that little crispy when you pour in that cornbread and that bacon grease on the side. That's just how cornbread was. Cornbread doesn't come in a box, y'all. Cornbread doesn't come in a box.
And it, with the advent of Teflon and non-stick, all that stuff is cool because everything slides right out of it. But all that stuff is thin. It doesn't retain heat.
Yeah.
And that's where it makes a difference. When you put a bunch of cold stuff into a skillet, it sucks the heat out of it. That's the whole premise behind the main grill grade.
That's
Is
right.
that it holds a lot of energy and puts good sear marks on that steak. And it makes it taste better because
That's
it's got proper sear.
That's right.
And so you don't think about it, you think Teflon and non-stick is great, and it is in many applications, but only for, quick searing, small amounts. The more you crowd a skillet, the more you crowd a griddle, anything, you're gonna take the heat off of it and you're gonna lose your sear.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about these griddles. And, we had, when we first moved into the test kitchen, we had a Blackstone grill. And it's a 36-inch Blackstone. Cool, man. Had a nice stand, cool wheels, all the grease cats. I mean, it was a nice griddle.
Yeah.
And it cooked okay until you filled it up. Like I could take and put 8 smash burgers in it, it didn't break.
Yeah.
But when I had a cook-off here and we made 20 on it, It
Yeah.
didn't have enough burner under it to put the proper sear, meaning when I put a bunch of cold meat on it,
Yeah.
it sucked the life right out of it, and the burgers just got gray and cooked.
Yeah.
And the difference in that and having a crispy crust on the outside is,
Worlds of difference.
it's like you seasoned them or didn't.
Yeah.
You could have cooked them with no seasoning and seared them properly, and cooked them with seasoning and didn't sear them properly, and the one with nothing on it will still taste good.
That's right.
You're creating flavor, and then there's technical terms called what the Maillard reaction. There's all kinds of. At the end of the day, it's crust, brown. Crust is flavor,
Yeah.
and that's why we have this little dude. This
So is fat. I'm the most flavorful person there is.
Absolutely. This little dude is made by people who make Cajun fryer, and it's smaller, and it actually, I think it's a little thinner than your typical Blackstone griddle, but it has this H burner, meaning that it's got a bar running here, bar running here, and bar running here. And this dude, you can't crank it all the way up. It gets too hot. You can
Yeah.
fill this dude up with 10 burgers.
And it's gonna recover every time.
It sears them and keeps on going. That's why we went to this one.
Yeah.
But man, see how this finally starting to brown a little bit?
That's right. It was a little too cold when it started. Yeah. Let's see who's on here with us. Let's see. I can hear the dog more than y'all. We're gonna have to work out on the. I hope y'all have that beef belly in the brine. Jim Hutton
Not yet. We got some beef bellies that are in the fridge that we're gonna make some pastrami with. We're gonna make a little beef bacon. Oh, they're done.
Okay. Well, I see what we're gonna have to work on for a couple weeks from now is the sound, and so we'll get to working on that, and we'll have it a lot better in a couple weeks.
The chicken sausage. I'm telling you, if you want to try it and see what if you and your family like chicken sausage, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I think before you want to go out and make this and see if it's worthwhile, it's about the same price, maybe a hair more than pork sausage. If you go buy it, I think Delilah's is maybe almost around $3 a pound,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. And go find some Delilah's chicken sausage, and you're gonna see what this stuff actually tastes like. So we fried up some right there. Here's the thing, bro. It's a little hot. I think it'll eat. Success.
Man, yeah.
Matt, you wanna try? This is our buddy Matt Howell.
Man.
What do you
It's
think of
good.
that?
That is good.
I mean, it's just a good, sagey, spicy.
I mean, if you
You wanna try?
try, it's not hot.
It's
The
not
little man here
spicy.
doesn't like spice.
It's spicy, but it ain't hot.
No, it's temperature hot.
Yeah, it's temperature hot, but it's
On your
good.
next bite, you try it.
Okay.
So, we've got my friend Jill Katie, she runs the Robust Olive over in Little Rock, the olives and olive oils and vinegars. This is a bourbon maple dark balsamic vinegar. But I've had this so long, I'm gonna try that. Try this one, Matt.
Oh.
Now it went to maple
Oh.
sausage. You wanna try that?
Oh, dude.
Man.
You know what that needs?
What does that need? A
That needs
biscuit?
like or a big old stack of fluffy pancakes.
Pancakes. That's what I was thinking. I put that on pancakes. Golly.
So that's what I think. When I taste maple, we were more of a savory breakfast people at my house.
Yeah, same
we
here.
ate gravy and biscuits and stuff like that. Pancakes were kind of a special thing,
Mhm.
and so we just didn't do that a lot. But if I taste something like that, something maple, I'm thinking about pancakes. Running that sausage through that pancake syrup, that kind of thing. So
It was sweet and salty all together.
Yeah.
Those sensations work, man.
they do.
So I think we're gonna have to work on our sound.
We're gonna have to work on our sound.
And then if you guys see other things you wanna see us talk about, whether it be product reviews, recipes, subject matter, cook-offs.
Yeah, whatever. Just comment below, and we're gonna put down recipes that we do here. If we have them, we're gonna put them down. And Not everything is measurable, but y'all figure it out. Have fun. Cook. It's not that hard. Just get your ingredients. Have fun. And if you mess up, what's wrong with that? You just scratch that and learn again. I had never cooked chicken and dumplings. Never cooked chicken and dumplings. Not from scratch. While we had snow on the ground, I wanted chicken and dumplings. Who'd I call? The Dumpling King right here. He came over to my house, brought me celery, and walked me through some stuff. Man, probably some of the best meal I've had, and
Satisfying too.
Very satisfying. And he ate my chicken and dumplings, so I thought I did pretty good. So y'all just enjoy yourself. That's the one thing. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
We're gonna have fun talking to y'all. We're gonna have fun cooking. We're gonna have fun sharing everything that we've learned and sharing the things that we've learned, the dishes that we like, the things that make us comfortable, and hopefully it'll help y'all.
If you can't tell, me and Mark Lambert like the vittles.
We comfortable.
We comfortable in ourselves, and we like the vittles. So we know how to eat, and you don't get this size if you don't know how to cook it. So we're gonna try to share some of that with you, and we don't do everything perfect.
We may have a guest appearance here and there.
Man, there's a lot of folks around here that come see us.
And I know a lot of folks that have special dishes that they make better than anybody else.
That's right.
So
we're gonna have a crawfish boil here pretty soon, aren't we?
hey, look, come over here and check out this crawfish boil.
All right, let's see this. I'm glad our studio audience is a cameraman.
Couple things we're gonna make. We're gonna do crawfish, but this is our crawfish boiler. It's got a tilt basket. Then once you get them cooked, you put your cooler down here, and you dump up to 2 sacks out at a time in your cooler. So we're gonna be cooking crawfish here once they come into. They're kind of coming into season, but man, are they expensive. And then we're gonna be making a jambalaya. We probably won't use this pot for y'all. We're gonna need about $399 more. That's
You
our
come over here and look at this.
That's our party jambalaya pot.
Yeah, if you making some jambalaya, this is what it's gonna be made in.
So we might make you a jambalaya. We might make you some crawfish. My buddy Jeff Maynard makes some Cajun crawfish cream sauce. We're gonna have him down and show you how to make that. You can make a catfish pontchartrain or a seafood linguine, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna cook stuff that's fun to cook.
Yeah, by God, we're gonna have a good time. Crawfish, bisque, shrimp, anything. Don't think of it. That's the way we like to eat. That's the way we like to cook. Old school way of doing things. You're gonna see it right here with Mark and Ashley. And we don't know what to call this thing yet.
We're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. Maybe you can help us. But comment below what you'd like to see. This is our show. This is your show. We're just gonna have a good time and come join us. We're gonna say every Thursday at 6:45. Why not? That's what the time of the first show was. Let's do every Thursday at 6:45. I told you next week Mark will be in Fort Worth at the SCA World Champions, and we wish him good luck. But the Thursday after that, we're gonna have our audio fixed, and we'll be back doing something. I'm not sure what yet.
Thank y'all for watching and putting up with us through this and our first podcast or live video, if you will. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.
God bless y'all.